Take my hand again. Take my plan. Take my plan. Take my hand again. Take my plan. Read about it. Least is easy. Heavy clouded. Feeble knees. Like my step. No thanks. I'm impressed. Okay. I digress. Through my chest. Try my best, but you choose Simon says. Until you wanna say you're on a race. Till then I'm a silent sage. Light the way with marijuana haze. Hit a lot of pain, had a lot of weight. Ain't know how to talk about it. Kept shit for the hideaway. I felt safe knowing hiding places. Self-hate wear a lot of faces. Self-hate got a lot of hugs. Self-hate got a lot of patience. Self-hate got arranged with Dr. Strangers and some Cabo basements. I'm highly favored. If you try to bet on me, you'll see the odds are tapered. Get some good teeth movement. I was in the me movement. I don't feel bad about it, no. I just wanna be included. Now I know it's Z into it. Everything you need into it. I don't let it go to head, that's the older legend. I don't feel stupid. My light built synagogue. I make shit fall from the fucking sky. I make money grow on trees. I make y'all ponder why y'all never go and touch the Z. I understand it's much implied. Why the fuck can y'all fuck with me? Why can't y'all fucking see? Light got you on a fucking leash. You try living like a leech. Now you're stuck living on a knee. Caught up in the king of disrespect. Should've seen how I summoned me. Summer breeze in a sort of fake. Yeah, now I gotta pump some keys. Yeah, now I got my lungs squeezing. Lush reason, trust we can do this. I make me music. I make we music. I make we I make theme music. I make squeak. I make we music. I think we do this. I say we tune this. I say we brew this. I say we do. Ooh, ooh, ooh. Hey, ooh, ooh, ooh. Hey, ooh, hi. Ooh, hi. Hey.
Baggage. Why you wanna carry all that baggage? You just wanna live but don't want to bury those attachments. You've been trying to move on but you worry what your last did. Mama said it's bad luck putting your bag on your mattress. Yeah, you should've listened the first time, asking if it's a bad time. This is the worst time, asking me about a rap line. You don't concern mine, and I can't let a bad vibe close to me. Especially cause I got my power, so now you ghosting me. Never gave no less to myself when you did the most to me. I ain't never settled for help in days I had no relief. So much on my plate, well, at least I got groceries. Artists producing, engineering his own shit. High flows, all of some cold shit. So sick, been keeping my distance from these niggas before COVID. That hating contagious, they got symptoms and they show it. Notice you been on it, working, trying to get your bag right. You been steady focusing, try to blow it like a bagpipe. I see right through you in that boozy shit you act like. You go buy another bag just cause it was half price. I guess the last one wasn't good enough. You brought your spend the night bag, still stood you up. Now you out here feeling mad that you ain't good as us, but you ain't down for me, so I'm looking up, conscious. Listening to Black Heart, got you saying I'm heartless. This tape got mad songs, you gon' listen regardless. Mask on or mask off, I'ma get it regardless. I'm just thanking God for the wins that pay for the losses. God bless the homies, just hope we make us a fortune. Big bags, I ain't with all that back and that forfeit. 6 Flags, life is a roller coaster, I'm on it. 6 path, 33 urgency, what I walk in. Slim chance that you gon' comprehend what I'm talking. But you should learn your purpose, can't take your bag to your coffin. Cause you don't learn yourself, it be hell on earth, got you burning up. Pastor, he got baggage too, tell the church you heard enough. And pack light when you move, and I tell you. Cause all them bags that you using won't help you. And you unpack them still cause you looking to settle. But you pray to the spirits but still look for the devil. Sheesh. Hail Mary, all the golden era. Used to want to get married before I ain't know no better. You want me to carry your bags cause I hold them better. But I gave them back to you and told you show some effort. I got too much on my own hands, on my own bags. I done had to put down some of the weight that I grown past. Knew it was some ties I had to cut when I souls class. Still been getting back, just had to up one on my old stash. Pablo Picasso with the art, now it's all heat. Worked through 7 days, I don't remember an off week. Put them on release, we not in sync like we off beat. Off the record, you should get in tune, cause you off key. Nowadays, feel like I'm channeling mama and papa. I swear all that acting that they did could've got him an Oscar. Youngin' from the hood just happened to be as smart as MacGyver. Yeah. I'm aligning my chakras and making peace with my old days. Why fly the new name but still got my old ways? To create flow sound, you know it's that flow wave. Sheesh. You know it's that flow wave.
This time and I'm on, can't fuck with this rhyming I'm on. Seen them talk, now all of them gone. Seen that dog, I gave it a bone. They like, what is he on? On God, all you're my sons. On God, I kill you for fun. On God, there can only be one. Call me Unc, now watch me walk it out. It's on sight, we blast, not talk it out. Kill you goofies, fuckers you talk about. Don't give a fuck what you talking about. 26-year-old dropout. Made 6 figures when I clocked out. Mama said, get my degree, got that with the breeze. Now I rock with my cock out.
Put it on God, put it on Jesus, put it on Yah, put it on Bezel, put it on Allah, put it on Reason, put it on I, put it on we, put it on God, put it on Shiva, put it on Ra, put it on Edith. See the facade and I leave it. Death isn't one, it'll come in a 3.
Another soul, I'm out here slaying. Another body out there decaying. Another false god, y'all obeying. Another lie getting paraded. Live the truth, watch me demonstrate it. Showed you love even though you hate it. Know the day that your death is faded. I'll make sure that I never say it. Really, I'm not the one to play with. When I knock on that door, it's time to let go. Just give me your soul. I sever that cord, you lose the control. I'm racking up spirits, they racking up dough. Dealing that piece on the low. I cheat on my goals, my words really go. Got more than enough, but it's time to get more.
Put it on God, put it on Jesus, put it on Yah, put it on Bezel, put it on Allah, put it on Reason, put it on I, put it on we, put it on God, put it on Shiva, put it on Ra, put it on Eve. Facade and I leave it. Death isn't one, it'll come in a 3. Please just
call me Unc, now watch me walk it out. It's on sight, we blast, not talk it out. Kill you goofies, fuckers you talk about. Don't give a fuck what you talk about. 34-year-old tapped in. Driver's seat, I'm strapped in. Serving all over your lane, I must be insane. You dying, I'm laughing.
Put it on God, put it on Jesus, put it on Yah, put it on Bezel, put it on Allah, put it on Reason, put it on I, put it on we, put it on God, put it on Shiva, put it on Ra, put it on Edith. See the facade and I leave it. Death isn't one, it'll come in a 3.
Can't fuck with this time and I'm on. Can't fuck with this rhyming I'm on. Seen them talk, now all of them gone. Seen that dog, I gave it a bone. They like, what is he on? On God, all you're my sons. On God, I kill you for fun. On God, it can only be.
Pika! Pika, Pika, Pika! Pika! Pikachu! 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 Pikachu, Pikachu! Pika! Pika, Pika, Pika!
And to those of you who don't speak Pikachu, welcome to your full moon in Gemini ceremony. This is the true Ascension game changer. Okay? All right. I am a wild level 34 Nigachu, and I would like to guide you along this ceremony, which will be both electric and revelatory. I was going to say shocking, but I had to choose between either or, and I went with revelatory. All right. I hope you're enjoying yourself. Yup. Well, hold on now. But yeah, no, more than you even know. And I just wanted to set the tone for just, if you think this is crazy and weird, welcome to a period upon the likes which you may have never seen before, where CEOs get assassinated, and immediately after, people do look-alike contests. I'm not really caring, and I'm not saying it's bad. I'm saying we're only just getting started. Other than that, y'all, I'm trying to really watch my words because this is, I think, the most magical full moon or perspective until like March. Like Pisces is going to like take this to a whole nother level. And we're currently taking this to a whole nother level. As a motherfucker. But like, yeah. If you've ever been at the peak of a roller coaster before you get to the point where you almost kind of regret a little bit being on the roller coaster, this is what this full moon is going to be like. And I don't mean like you feel like, oh, I can brave these elements. Have you ever been on a roller coaster and you kind of regret it a little bit? You ever reach that point of height where it's like, why did I do this? Oh my God, no. Okay, like I know it's not just me. I know don't act like it's just me, first of all. Okay, so this is like this critical juncture before we just completely change our perspective and go down one of the most legendary rabbit holes I think mankind has ever seen. It's literally a before and after, not before shit got weird. That was pre-2020, and it was already, you could even argue pre-92, but like, yes, this is different. This is a rabbit hole, the likes with which nothing that we've ever believed may even matter anymore. Hey, Rob the Hood, thank you very much. Thank you. It's fire. This manifestation playlist is fire. Y'all need to check it out. It's in the description box below. If you're on IG, you can check out my YouTube channel, The Peace Dealer. You will see it. Just give it a watch. Take your time with it. Okay. But yeah, so I'm gonna go into the transits as I do, this is quite exceptional. Moon is on Jupiter, the sun is on Mercury, and then it's all square Saturn and Neptune. You see how there's this magical motherfucker, this wildfire of chaos living magic that just makes it its every mission to just cause chaos and just shake things up just because it's bored, and it would rather do that than have any semblance of peace. And then we have this strange ass motherfucker here, Pisces, that just lives to troll every experience and stays in character somehow in every single bit of the moment, but still pulls off some Avatar The Last Airbender magic shit whenever they can, because the rules just seem to not apply to them in this life. And then we have Gemini, who against all odds will just always triumph above the fuckery, even when they send 3 assassins to kill you and then try and label you a felon, and then also, try and throw you in jail for whatever felonious reasons, and you end up having the greatest comeback of all time. And now you're going to perform at the Super Bowl, and motherfuckers is mad. And these are the 3 magical energies that we are dealing with, all right? And it is unprecedented. Virgo was out here fighting for their goddamn life. Virgo is fighting for their life out here, and nobody cares. Nobody cares. Nobody cares. They're going to come for Libra next. What are you going to do? Sorry. Virgo, I don't have much time to snitch. You're being left open. They planned for this day to get at you. You're vulnerable. You need to do what you gotta do with that information. 2-day window, you'll be straight. 2-day window, you'll be straight. They're going to jump you out of nowhere. This is their only chance. 2-day window. All right, my bad. My bad. Okay, sorry. I'm going to blame that on my Gemini. And yes, I can blame stuff on astrology. It is what it is. Okay, so these are the magics we're dealing with. Normally we have like, a little full moon, a little new moon. It's just that sign and the other sign. You know what I mean? But then when another magic sign comes through, oh my God, I have to initiate you guys. Okay, hold on. Most of y'all watching me, if not all of you, are already initiated. And if not, then the last 2 weeks with the new moon initiated you. And if you think I'm lying, the way you know you've been initiated is the synchronicities you've seen over the past 2 weeks are more complex and frequent than the synchronicities you've seen over the past 20 years. If you know, you know. Okay. And it's not like seeing master numbers everywhere or angel numbers everywhere, as much as now coming into a full level of depth, a whole Pluto Capricorn's worth of depth, relative to understanding the significance of what it is you're creating. Okay, cool beans. So anyway, full moons and mutable signs are magic showdowns. Just assume that that's true if you want to kind of understand this. And when we have oppositions in mutable signs, those are magic showdowns. And Sagittarius' op is Gemini. And Gemini's op is Sagittarius. Gemini and Sagittarius watch the throne, top 5 dead or alive. Now, when you have another mutable sign that is now in between an opposition such as this, what we call this is pure instigation. Pure instigation. As you can see, Pisces is out here instigating ridiculously from the shadows per usual. Okay. Normally, if this was a Pisces or Virgo opposition, Gemini would be instigating, Sagittarius would be instigating, or Gemini and Sagittarius would be instigating. Now we see a Gemini Sagittarius showdown, and now you could have Virgo instigating, Virgo and Pisces instigating, but in this case, it is merely just Pisces instigating the showdown. Now, this in and of itself is already terrible and terrifying for various reasons. As ridiculous as this sounds, is almost as ridiculous as it is. I have to say this again. We have Pisces instigating a magic showdown from the shadows. We have the Reaper in their sign, okay, with Neptune here, their OG. It's very interesting. Neptune's OG is in Pisces. Sorry, Pisces OG, Neptune, is in Pisces. Sagittarius's OG, Jupiter, is in Gemini. The moon is like a link. Like, I need to break this down to you. This is happening today. The reason, okay, this is relevant to you. Look at me, guys. If you're around a Sagittarius or a Pisces, okay, maybe even a Gemini, you might need to run away. I'm trying to let you know the position you're in. Over the next 48, 72 hours, a magical maelstrom can literally suck you into some stuff that was not even your business. You were really just chilling. Then you happen to be around a Sagittarius and somebody did a drive-by on that Sag. You need to be careful. You need to be careful, especially if they have Pisces. The Pisces are going to pretend they don't really have the Pisces energy. Be very careful. These beings have extrasensory perception. Okay, they kind of perceive outside of time, pretending to you like they regular human beings, just like me and you. These are dangerous people. Okay, Sagittarius has chaos magic. Crazy shit just happens to them around nowhere for no reason. This is a sensitive time. Okay, shit. You're around a Gemini, they might protect you from the bullshit. So I'm just letting you know, it just be very careful Be very careful. Listen. You may not even know how Pisces is using you to instigate magic beef. They are committed to the bit. I am trying very much so to just let you know. I can't take sides. All right, just be very careful. Pisces, Sagittarius, we love you. We just know y'all don't care. Y'all don't care if we die. Y'all don't really care about us. But we do get it. You see us though. It's cool. All right. So listen, Sagittarius's OG is in Gemini. And look at this. Gemini's OG is in Sagittarius. Okay. So imagine the leader of the Bloods organization is hanging around a Crip set. And the leader of the Crips is hanging around a Blood set. Okay? The moon is on Jupiter, which is an intuitive line that's connecting to Mercury, a visual processor, so that the Blood set and Sag can see what they doing to their Blood leader in Crip Gemini. Okay? I have to use this example. Okay? This is for the sake of peace. They did this in good faith. Really, Zeus was talking shit. Zeus came off a high of 2022. Let me come back to you. Zeus came off a high after talking shit to Poseidon. Because, Poseidon and Zeus kind of had a little bit of beef. You saw this evident when DJ Khaled was dissing Tyler, the Creator. It was deeper than that. You see, in the 80s, Poseidon was in Sagittarius, Pisces OG. And now that 2012 came and Pisces is back since then, in 2019, right? And if you're a Sag and a Pisces, you know exactly what I'm saying. So I know you're going to play dumb and act like you don't know what I'm saying, but it's cool. 2019, when Jupiter was back in its home, right? When the leader of the Blood Gang Nation, the leader of the Fire Nation, before the Fire Nation attack, right, was in their sign. This was 2019. The stock market was peaking. It's actually predictable too. Every time it goes into Capricorn, it crashes. 2008, 2020. But yes, hold on. So a conundrum happened. As you can see, the Blood Gang Nation is in its hometown, and the Dream Hokage is in its hometown. And they were talking shit. Poseidon was like, hey, congratulations on being back in your hometown, bud. You know what I'm saying? It's not like when I was in your hood. You know what I'm saying? I didn't really get touched. And Zeus just felt a way about that. Really? You're not talking shit, right? I'm not about to go in your hood. I'm not about to go in your hood. In fact, you didn't get touched because I was there for a year. And you not talking shit like Blood Gang Nation leaders not about to go in your hood while you're there. And I'm still not going to get touched. This was big at the time. And it was kind of low key. 2019 and 2022 was a huge buildup because then Zeus left Capricorn after the pandemic started, and then it started talking shit in Aquarius. A lot of people don't know this. And it was a really huge event. And then Zeus was like, I'm about to be in your hood, nigga. I'm about to be in your hood, son. Seriously, those are Zeus's literal exact words. I'm about to be in your hood, son. And Neptune was like, come with it, son. What's up, son? This was a really huge event. And then sure enough, here you go. Boom. They settled the beef. By the retrograde, look at what everyone in Scorpio speculating oh my God, this is crazy. Oh my God, where were you? This was 14th November 2022. I remember it vividly. I was like, oh my God, Zeus actually did the impossible. I'm not gonna lie. My money kind of was on Poseidon, bro. Nobody lost, right? But Zeus kind of left untouched, bro. That shit was crazy. I was like, I don't know. Poseidon hasn't been in his hood since the 1800s. So I was like, I don't know, Zeus, you was talking shit. Sure enough, bro. Zeus managed the impossible, gained Poseidon's respect. They actually cool now. Boom. And now fast forward to this monumental day. Okay, the Crips and the Bloods have been, beefing for a long time. It's on site opposition. You know what I'm saying? And so to see the ruler of the Blood Gang set in the Crip Nation, while the ruler of the Crip Nation set is in the Blood Nation, this is a miraculous period. This is why if you see Geminis and Sages a little bit more chipper, shit that's never really happened in a long time is happening, man. Like, for real. And this is meant to be a peace negotiation. Like, okay, a walk of faith. I'm gonna walk through your hood. You're gonna walk through my hood. We both gonna walk by untouched. Normally, this would be a celebration that we can enjoy, but who is here instigating? Pisces. So be very careful. Pisces is gonna instigate and be like, well, he said, what about what? Meanwhile, nobody said anything. So just be careful. Just be careful. Pisces will just do it just to see what happens. Who knows? But it's cool. This doesn't have to get in the way of such a monumentous occasion. I wanted to make sure that we were clear on this. This is very important. Once again, we'll never see this in the entire lifetime. Once Neptune leaves Pisces next year, it's not going to be there for like another 165 years. Like this is it. This is it. This is really it. This is really it. So the true Ascension game changer, right? Gemini is experimentation. Virgo is analysis, as you can see in this wheel. Let me get my astro nerd on. Gemini is experimentation. Virgo is analysis. Criticism. You see how this is empty. So people are just going to be making a whole bunch of bullshit up and not have the critical thinking skills necessary. Unless you're a Virgo, then it's going to look like a zombie nation where everyone is fucking stupid and nobody wants to listen to real facts. Basically, they're every day, but just 10 times more worse, like apocalypse version. Then we have Sagittarius, which is interpretation of meaning. Because yeah, you can have the information and the facts and analyze how it is, happening. But what the fuck does it mean? What the fuck does this information mean? And this requires synthesis. This requires now taking all of the integrated data and then breaking through to show you the meaning of what it is. Because if Gemini is the word in the dictionary, Sagittarius is the meaning of the word. And then you have these dangerously evil trolls that manipulate all of human existence and everything that exists in existence because they represent meaning, but really belief. And if you can believe in anything, you can really make anything happen. And they can just make you believe in a dream and boom, now you're asleep, but then you awoke, but now you're asleep. My bad. I mean, we have Pisces belief that now gives birth to reasoning and your self-concept, because you must believe in yourself before you know who you are. You really do need the Virgos of the world. Nobody said we have to like them. Nobody likes Virgo, but we need them. We need them. We need someone to say that our shit is a 2-pack of ass. We don't want to hear it, but they at least give little to no bias. Okay. So this is where, without the lack of that, you want to be very careful of just believing anything you see, Pisceing everything you Sagittarius, just because you Gemini'd it and heard it. Please verify it. Please Virgo the fuck out of that shit. Okay. And I'm not saying that it's not going to be true. I'm not saying it's not going to be true, but just find your local Virgo. It doesn't even have to be an international Virgo. Just find your local Virgo and just be like, hey, I heard this bullshit somewhere. What do you think about it? And they don't have to agree with it. Just get a couple Virgo perspectives. Trust me, because this is a type of perspective shift where now everything is going to be possible. So much is going to be possible before we get an understanding of what really is, which won't take that much longer. But in this, short period, that you could really believe what you're seeing before you realize, oh, by the way, that was all AI. Like, we just wanted to see how you would feel if we presented this information to you as real. What would you capture? Oh, none of that shit was real, but too late. Too late. What did you say you were going to do? Like, don't get caught slipping, please. Please. It's going to happen so fast. All right, my bad. Okay, so congratulations. I just wanted to enjoy this momentous occasion. Look at Venus hating on Mars. Every time Venus conjuncts Mars, they make love, but when they're opposite, they hate on each other. Venus is literally the 5 of swords, catching Mars and Leo cheating. Look at Mars and Leo retrograde. Like, I wasn't cheating. Whole time he knows he was cheating. I wasn't cheating. Stop. But you know he's not going to back down. It's a love story that just surpasses the ages. But this I'm not even joking. This opposition with Hades is now Venus getting her new underworld man. Like, well, Mars, I have a new man, and he treats me right. But the motherfucker's evil as shit, and he's from the underworld. So this is like a new arc where Mars has to overcome Hades, and that sets up a new pay-per-view that's going to happen when Mars goes on, sometime in the next year. So there's that program going on. If you wanted a WWE storyline. Yeah, dude, this shit is weird. The astrology progressively gets weirder and weirder and weirder. And at some point, I'm like, I might have to just stop doing this and keep it to myself because there's no point in even like saying it. But anyway, it is what it is. So this Venus Pluto and the Mercury Sagittarius and the Mars and Leo. Why you lying? And the Mars and Leo is putting you in a position to powerfully step into the most unique range. Okay, don't do that. See, this is that Virgo shit. I'm sorry. Thank you, Virgo. Virgo, I used chapstick today. First of all, I actually put lotion on and chapstick. So I don't know if it was enough for your Virgo selves. You see this shit they do? Sorry. Hold on, my bad. I don't have Virgo in my chart, so when these motherfuckers do that shit, it be catching me off guard. It's cool. Oh, okay. Anyway, yeah. So this is if you think about, of course, beautiful signs representing the end of a season. This really is representative of. This is really representative of a perspective shift. And if you think that this is the final part of the I Told You So tour, Sagittarius represents the climax of breakthrough. And we're going to break this down in story mechanics. Okay. I think a good example of, no, I'm not even going to say that. Okay. So, oh shit. So let's break this down in story mechanics. So we talked about how Sagittarius is the meaning of the word and Gemini is the word in the dictionary. We have 4 seasons, 4 parts of a story, right? Aries is a really good way to think about the zodiac is grouping them in, of course, the 4 seasons, right? You have spring, summer, fall, and winter. Spring is the beginning of a movie or a book. Summer is how the plot thickens. Fall is the climax, and then winter is the conclusion. All right. So where were you in April? In order to really, because I hope you understand that right now, as you are watching me, this is the climax of a breakthrough harvest that you initially began in March, April. This isn't just a full moon in Gemini. Like, this is your victory ceremony. This is a true game changer. You just spent a literal fucking year evolving concepts beyond anything you've ever been taught. And then you dodged an active attempt to just lie to you with bullshit. And you instead prevailed and took yourself to levels that you could have never read in some kind of book or some guru or expert telling you, right? You then went through an illustrious I Told You So tour where you established more receipts in order to get into the tour. And now all your ops failed miserably at fulfilling the burden of proof. Something you succeeded last year where you cracked these facts for their back and you transformed the status quo by letting them know, nah, we out here, yo. Seriously. And then this year you had to pop out and show them, and they could not do anything but expose their true character. This is for real. This is for real. So this full moon is literally it. We're going to transition, change our perspective, move forward in Capricorn with the completion. This is the final season. The completion is going to hit harder because we're going to have the eclipse in March, which is going to be like this strange segue. You know how like you end a movie and at the very end, it's like, but there could be more evil. Just stay tuned for the next. Like it's going to be some strange shit like that. Bitch, just on a whole. Well, we'll get to that. We'll get to that. But this is it. You did it. You did it. You're at the second week. 2 weeks ago, we activated this final phase. Now we're harvesting it. This is it. Now there's 9 concentric circles of harvest that you're about to come through. Everything, reward. I wish I said that right. There's a better way to say it, but I just wanted to really keep that in mind. So the spring season is the beginning game, right? Before winter, which is the end game. Okay. If you think, how do we start off the end game? Well, with Capricorn season, we celebrate the holidays and we reflect on the achievement of our accomplishments. That's all fucking 10th house. like for real. Then we come into the rewards of that February, 11th house, and then we reflect and review March, right? Well, late February, March, which I'm not saying is exclusive just to that month, but just really speaks to that shift from then a dying winter to and action. Aries, spring, boom, we back again. And listen to me. Okay, 2025 is going to be one of the greatest seasons ever. Okay, spring 2025, we're starting season 1, but it's going to start in winter. We're going to conclude the winter with Trump getting inaugurated, Dot performing at the Super Bowl. Like, even though that's the beginning of the year, how it feels, that's actually the conclusion. That's the fulfillment of what started. I hope you're catching that. Okay. And then boom, we have that world-ending eclipse in March. So you may not have realized that 2023 and 2024 with the North Node in Aries was your unlocking of power to prepare you to finish Noah's Ark and to go through this rabbit hole, where I dare say maybe a lot of people may not make it through this rabbit hole. Okay, there's a constant, and that constant is called your spirit. Your spirit comes with special. We don't have to say that everyone is special, but we can say that everyone has the capability to harness a unique, as your thumbprint or snowflake, through your DNA, ability, technique, specifically through your spirit that nobody else can teach you but you, and you have your own life experience and wisdom to account for. It is your responsibility to master this, and time upon time it has been revealed to you. This is your key through this world-ending eclipse, where everything that you have been taught to believe, for better or for worse. When I say taught to believe, most of these things were good for its time, to get you where you are, but it doesn't matter anymore. It doesn't matter anymore. Okay. You at this stage have taken what this has unlocked since like 2014 and 2009. I mean, since forever. But this whole 2-step, if you think of the North Node in Aries, the whole purpose of that was to conclude of this activation of destiny. The North Node in Gemini started in 2020. So 2020 to 2024 was the whole apocalypse sequence. 2020 was the beginning of the end, if I want to actually take you back. That's why this is so fascinating, because I didn't expect for it to play out like this. It's a weird RPG, but I love it. We all do. I would hope so. Okay. So this is December. You see the horseman and Mars. March 21st is where we actually had the beginning of the apocalypse. Yeah, I want to actually just show you that, because I could tell you, but I think it's something that maybe later we'll look back on like, wow, did we really lived through this? We really did. Like, but yeah, as you can see, even the stars conspired together to be like, boom. All right. That's why I wanted to talk about the beginning game of spring, where you have Aries, Taurus, and Gemini. We're going to talk about it. But then you have, of course, the end game, winter, Capricorn, Aqua, and Pisces, the final perspective, right? Infinity War and Endgame. Okay. Well, this is the four horsemen of the apocalypse, you know, around 2020, where we did have food shortages. We did have pestilence, just wilding out. It was incredible. People didn't know if it was manufactured, planned, or, I mean, we knew. But Jupiter was, of course, not only representing famine with Mars with war and Saturn with death. This was once in a lifetime. All right. Now listen to me. Some of you have children who were born this year. Some of you have given birth to these apocalypse babies. I know we joked about it back then. But some of you have given birth to these apocalypse babies. Okay. It was a joke then. They're 4 years old now. How is it? Listen, I know you haven't told anybody. From me to you. How is it? They probably already not even listening to you. You bear the burden. Of giving birth to these alien apocalypse kids. And you Pluto Aqua kids, you Pluto Aqua kid parents, where they're not even going to get there. From me to you, you know what you did. You knew the apocalypse was started. You decided to give birth to these apocalypse babies. Okay. You like this is insane. This is insane. Okay. So I just wanted to show you that this is the beginning of the end. Why? Because we have spring, the beginning, and then we have summer, right? The integration, and then we have the climax, fall, all right? And then we have the end where things die in the Northern Hemisphere. And so out of the end, this is the beginning of the end. Then a lot of weird shit happened through 2021 and to 2023 through Aquarius. We all know what that was. I'm not going to say it because I don't want to get demonetized. And then we have made it finally to the end phase of the end. This Pisces, Saturn, and Neptune. We can use Saturn as like an hour time hand, and then the sun is the minute hand. And then when we want to look at the sun and moon, the sun is the hour hand and the moon is the second hand. Or we could do hour hand, minute hand, and the moon is the second hand. But it is what it is. So yes, all right. Okay. All right. Okay. So in knowing that, as we get ready to step into this next season, it's important to know that it's whole new management, okay? Some original stuff. The old program is over. And that doesn't mean everything's going to be fixed. It means that you have unlocked power that is only original to you. And then the South Node Libra arc is like a superpower registration where you're having to demonstrate what your original power you've unlocked since March is. You did this last year, which actually I should show you. Boom. Boom. 2023 was the first time we cracked it in. This was before. And every single time we reached here, escalation and war happened. That was predictable. You guys remember. Pluto, Hades was getting ready to move out of Capricorn for the final time. Hectic times. Okay. Saturn had just got ready to just learn the ultimate level instigation with Neptune. It's been quite the chapter. So like this was the first time, you know what I mean? You kind of just put your name there. Okay. That time was where you signed up. You were like, okay, boom. This was taking maybe qualities from early childhood, powers from your past life, superpowers from your past life. Okay. This was before you really now. A lot of it was a departure from 10 years worth of social connections you've made that don't necessarily align with where you were getting ready to take your personality and identity. Okay, so go back to October 2023, because once we went to April of 2024, no, that can't be right. No, that's right, brother. No, that can't be right. No, that is right. Yeah, because it was in Taurus before. Wow. Yep. Damn, this shit is crazy. Okay, so this was where, okay, we reevaluated and wrapped our minds around how we are coming into a brand new facet of our identity. Remember, a year prior, we activated Jupiter and the Sun in Aries, which is very important. We had just activated a brand new evolution cycle after 2011, 2012, where we had done so 12 years prior. Okay. And we did have the North Node that we unlocked in Taurus, which was a part of the 2020 activation of destiny, with which we're going back into the overvoid of Pisces that I think wants to flood us all because it has lost faith in humanity. Pisces, cut that, please. Believe in us. Believe in us. Why am I channeling this strange shit? I'm just joking. Okay. So this was very monumental. You expanded the direction you take who you are, because of course you take the cumulative experience and you level up with it, blah, 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 blah. So you leveled it up first, you stretched it out, and now destiny unlocked it. And so why is that significant? Because now everything you were quite literally destined to do since April of this year, you did, whether you know it or not, Chiron of healing was here or whatever. And Mercury is very significant because, first of all, this was around the time that a certain person dropped tailor-made freestyle, right? But then by the time it went direct, they took it down. And now Mercury is retrograde in Sagittarius, and certain allegations were made about Sagittarius, and now inconsistencies are being seen. And then maybe when that goes direct, are they going to take it down? We'll see. But I wanted to really say that, not just because of the interesting, consistency and not synchronicity, but this is a very important milestone, I think, in your life, in everyone's life. Okay. Not only were you in a position where you're actively, activating an original direction that only you can walk. This is your personal mission, right? You're walking your own personal mission because no one else is going to lie in your casket with you. No one else is going to pass on this life in your soul but you. This is where you activated the next frontier, right? To prepare you, mind you, you're on Noah's Ark right now. Like, this is all transitioning you to the next era. This is all like, right? But think about that, because then, boom, superpower registration arc. You chose either whether to go rogue or to really integrate with society. You know who you are. This is when the last time the sun was on the south node. So you see how we did this twice in a row. Last year in 2023, in October, this was to adjust. Then we went into Aries in April. We activated it. Now we went back into Libra to readjust and rebalance, right? Because a whole lot of the Aries activation is stepping into an authenticity that is novel and original to you, and just represents your own individual mission. The analogy we used was around April. You decided, I'm a track star, but you never really ran track. So Aries season was the, of course, beginning of this story, right? Aries spring season is where we activated this eclipse, is the beginning game. Aries, Taurus, and Gemini is, of course, the beginning of every story, right? The first part of the story is Aries is, well, who are you? Are you there? In this case, you're an aspirant, hopeful, somewhat athletic person that wants to be a track star, right? But you've never really ran track. You see, of course, the limitations in the beginning game that will get answered in different phases of the story. All right. Someone sees you and is like, a Sagittarius sees you and is like, I see you're the best track runner ever. And that inspired you to join track. Boom. You go into, you take, now listen. This is the most important part of the whole story. This is why Aries is the one. You, off of that inspiration, take the original defining action to go to the track field. You're like, you know what? I am going to the track and I'm going to become a track runner. That's it. If you did not do that, if you did not identify with that, this whole movie would not happen. Literally. That's it. From the whole rest of this story we're about to say all comes from this one action, I am. And we're going to do it again next year. We do this every year. But this year was important because we had Destiny, which is a once in a 10-year. Next time we're going to have it in Collective Pisces, which isn't the same. This was personal. This is for you. Cool. You go to the track. I'm the one coming as inspiration. Then you actually go to the track and you see, oh, there's competition that you didn't even know you had. Boom. And now you go to the tryouts, right? And you have, well, before you go to the tryouts, Taurus, you realize you have to get certain items. You have to get cleats, right? You have to know what gear or whatever you need. Okay. Then we go into Gemini, the last part of the beginning game of any story. You know what this part is because after you get the items, you have to learn the skills. Are you going to run triple jump? Are you going to run triple jump? Yes. Are you going to run the 200, 100? Are you a long distance runner? Are you a jumper? Are you a thrower? Are you track and field? Like, well, what are we doing? And this is, of course, the part in any story where they learn their first ability, right? If it's an anime, they activate their first power, right? If it's a story, it's where the plot starts to kick in. It's like, well, this is the initial conflict. This is what the fuck the story's about. This was June of this year, okay? Then, so that's the beginning game. Then we get into summer, where the plot thickens. This is where we integrate, right? Cancer integrates the feeling of who you are. Yeah, you just became a track runner, right? Gemini season was the initial conflict where it's like, well, are you going to make the team? Because Libra season is the where you're going to go on your track, your regionals, but you have to make the team. So that was the tryouts. Gemini season was tryouts in a way, magic school, right? And then you made the tryouts. Boom. This is where the plot thickens. Well, now we have to prepare for the track meet. You've never been on a track meet before, right? How do you feel about being a track runner? You feel like there's still so much more to learn. You're feeling your vulnerabilities. You're feeling, are you at home? Cancer of home. And this is what began to integrate the destiny you activated. Who do you feel comfortable being? This is all based on authenticity. So Cancer was relentless. And you have to actually be sincere. You can't fake your feelings around people ever. It's not limited to just the Cancer season, but this is where you really worked on it. And boom, because now Leo season, we went on stage. And this is where now, let's say you were a triple jumper or a 200-meter runner, boom, you're expressing your talent, right? So this is where you take the ability activated in the beginning game, and now you're expressing it at its fullest capability. You run that 200-meter, you hit a personal best. You do that triple jump, you jump a really good set of feet or whatever, okay? And then we come into Virgo season, and that's the montage where you take your ability and then you master it. You master it. You master it. You master it. You know that montage. You know that part of any story where they do the analysis. If it's a detective story, they have to at least show how and boom, sure enough, you took that PV and now you can do it consistently. Dun, 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 dun. And then we get to the best season, the fall season, Libra, Scorpio, and Sagittarius, where shit gets done and things can change forever. Okay, this was the return of the I Told You So tour. Okay, this was where through the montage, you had to get some receipts. Dun, 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 Could you believe that 6 months ago in April, you told yourself you could be a track star, and now it's October, late September, and you're at your very first track meet. In fact, it's a regionals. In fact, in a rare case, Everyone who's anyone is there scouting and watching. So you can be seen right in my eyes, all right, in any place. And this is where all the receipts from Virgo season you had initially discovered, okay? You had initially presented, because if Aries is savage, raw originality, Libra is classy presentation. It's us presenting our work to our teacher who's going to grade and analyze our performance. We have a nice slide sheet. We have a PowerPoint, okay? We even have a little dance and jiggy. We did, so it'll be memorable. Okay, we won't be too Libra, but like, yes, okay, beautiful. And the reason why it's important is before we put the sauce and we start rubbing it in that we were right and they were wrong, we have to, in Libra, objective justice Libra, be like, okay, here's receipt number 1, here's receipt number 2, here's receipt number 3. And this was you taking the perfected habits of your behavior and applying it in these track meets. Boom. Then Scorpio season came. We put the sauce on it. Transformation. Some things died, cut the fat, and changed. Okay, this is where you put the sauce on it. Some of you are drinking literal tears. Maybe some of them are liberal. I don't know. And then Sagittarius is the last part of this I told you so season, which is now the applied effect of this breakthrough. So everything that we actually began to break through in Libra and in Scorpio, we are seeing now. You're seeing how, oh my God, I won first place in this regional meet. Capricorn season coming into next season is accomplishments, where we're going to get our gold medal or bronze medal or silver medal, that through Aquarius and Pisces, you'll review, okay, what do I want to do next year? And we do it all over again. But this time in Aquarius season, we're activating a new 20-year arc where aliens are going to invade. And I mean that literally and figuratively. Aliens from the sky, aliens from the sea, and aliens like undocumented immigrants from other countries. And I don't mean that as like an American issue, as much as a thing that's going to happen, I believe, everywhere around the world, because of more economic and like geopolitical issues that kind of just explode out of nowhere. Okay, so yeah, 20-year arc. Things are going to get wilder. It's going to look like a little bit like the French Revolution or maybe the Haitian Revolution. I don't know in this bitch, but like that's not necessarily a bad thing. Thankfully, I don't even think I think there's a lot of tension that's going to look really dangerous on the surface that actually just gets dealt with quicker than you'd expect, and it's more anticlimactic. But you never know. You really never know. So yeah. This is everything we're changing our perspective to. Next season is where, of course, we come into the accomplishment through Capricorn and the rewards through Aquarius. Okay, all of that is going to change your belief in yourself. By the time we come into Pisces, you're not the person who started off like, I believe. See, Pisces season of 2024, March of 2024, February, March of 2024 was where I believe I can become a track star. Right now, March of 2025 is I won the gold medal of my first meet. It's totally different. Literally, Saturn, Neptune. It's totally different. Okay, and that's going to prepare you for 2025, which is going to be one of the most lit seasons you've ever been a part of. And it's going to sponsor the new era. We're gonna activate the next era of human consciousness, the next industrial revolutions. GTA 6 is going to drop. Like, this is it. This is it. This is what you've been waiting for. A lot of shit is back. Uranus is going to be in Gemini by August, bro. Jupiter is going to be in Cancer. Cancers are going to be leveling up. Like, it's going to be, there's a whole new wave. Okay. So this is really like the climax of the end of like a 248-year era plus, maybe even a couple. All right. It may require you throwing away a lot of what you've been taught in the trash, especially as it applies to race or class, or, you know what I mean? Things that maybe for their time made sense, but it's just going to be more obsolete, especially as robots may take more jobs, which I mean, it isn't a prediction. Everyone knows that some version of this is going to happen, but maybe it's not really as bad as you would think, or maybe it is. And we upgrade and evolve our version of racism. Space racism is going to really take over, and it's going to make, you know, skin-based racism obsolete, because you could just be racist to someone relative to their element or zodiac sign or human design. You can be like, ew, you're a generator, we're projectors, you need us. You know what I mean? Like, it's amazing, you know? So I feel like it puts you in a position to not only really see, right? Sagittarius is showing you the next era. This is the rocket ship into a new era. Pluto will never go back into Capricorn. Saturn's not going to come back into Pisces. Well, it's going to retrograde a little bit, but it'll never come back for 30 years. You know what I'm saying? Neptune hasn't been here since the 1800s. It's just, you know what I mean? It's just not. It's just not, you know? So you made it. So many people died. A lot of people did not make it in this past version of the Hunger Games. And even though we're entering the next stage of Hunger Games, which it looks like it's Squid Games, guys, like the audacity. But yeah. We're going to make it. There's upgrades we're coming into. They're buffing our characters. They nerfed a lot of us because they're just scared, but we've gotten buffs since then. And it's a lot to look forward to. It's a whole lot to look forward to, you know. This is also now, with this full moon, giving you an angelic understanding of the meaning of this upgrade. That's the whole point of this expansion with Moon Jupiter. You're now expanding the vocabulary around supernatural and metaphysical mechanics that maybe most of your whole life you may have assumed was just science fiction or fantasy. But for the 5th time in a row, you thought something, and not only did you see it the next second, but it's affecting your reality. Well, it's always affected your reality. But now that you are just so much wiser and more conscious and mature, just as the process of time continually evolves you, you're much more aware of these things, in line with an entire collective also awakening and shifting with you, as we are awakening as one collective body. So, you know, the way you actually put words to it and reflect your own individuality is amazing, because I want to let you know, every single full moon that we have ever had since April is harvesting. This is it. This is it. It's happening. The mutability is, it's happening. So the that's why I was like, if you're around a Sagittarius or a Pisces, at least bring a Virgo with you to like neutralize the damage, and then they can get the hit, and then you can run away. Virgo, I'm sorry, but listen, it's real out here. You always know, you always figure it out, so you'll be all right. But like, yeah, this is very volatile magic. You really could bet all you have on a crypto meme shitcoin and make millions, but it's so volatile that if you don't know what you're doing, you'll lose all of it too. I mean, obviously it's not really depending on anything, but it is still volatile. I wanted to give you an idea. At the moment, I won't be doing live readings, but I will bring them back next week. Okay, I do appreciate you though. The nature of this is, and that's why I'm so glad Rob the Hood said, really look at that ultimate manifestation playlist. What we're going to do now that we have enough people, 270 plus people, 22 people watching on Instagram, we're going to do a very quick ceremony. The intention we activated 2 weeks ago with the new moon, all we're going to do is release it. 2 weeks ago, when we met here, we activated a new magical perspective. We just looked at our vision of what we saw. We were just chilling. We were all in a room with DJ P Stealer on the 1s and 2s, and we saw ourselves as limitless. We saw ourselves as having everything. We were talking about all of our accomplishments, right? Everything that we've grown, and we all have receipts that we have from this year. This is the I Told You So tour. So now, since then, we've adjusted our perspective, and we understand what that vision we were seeing is. We can communicate it, right? Am I tripping? This was new magic, a new vision, a new vision that comes from within, right? A new vision that you see. This is where I want to take my life next. Has activated. All right. You realize that this vision is very magical. that everything that you see, right? Yes, everything that you see realistically, right, puts you in a position to actually change what you see by changing the way you look at what you're looking at changes what you're looking at. And you may have heard that, but you saw it over the past 2 weeks. So this is allowing you to realistically, and that's what I'm here for, guys. It's all good. This is allowing you to realistically apply 2 weeks worth of the loading screen. If you think that from this, a supernatural and new, okay, that's the best way to say it. This is the final point of breakthrough. This is the gift. So you just really pulled in the work. This is the universe's way of saying, hey, before we step into the next era, now that Pluto and Venus is getting ready to go over Pluto and Aquarius, we're going to activate a new magic way of life, not just a technique. A new behavioral pattern was in September in Virgo. Now we're going to use this new technique you mastered to create a whole new way of life with this technique. For example, imagine if maybe you unlocked claircognizance. You have Uranus in Gemini. Maybe you have Moon on Uranus in Gemini. You just have Uranus and Neptune in Gemini. You were born in Gen Z with Pluto Sag. And just like almost everyone in your generation, you're awakening this very weird sense of nigh omniscience where you just kind of know things before they happen. And at first it was fun. It's like, oh my gosh, I bet you're this sign. Yeah. Oh, that's awesome. Okay, I bet you're this sign. Yeah, like them. Oh my God, that's awesome. And then you realize early on, oh my God, this is consistent. And then you created a technique based off of it. You're like, oh, hey, were you gonna go to down the street? Yeah, how did you know? Oh, cool, I can help you. Boom. And then now you're activating this vision of what you can do. Go to the casino. Put 100 on 13 on black. Bam, now you have your new way of life. Okay, but before you take on the casinos, okay, but yeah, so this is very amazing because this is the gift that's going to now set off the next 20 years where you're going to elevate and intensify and awaken more of this world around this gift, what it's like in certain environments, what it's like with this person, you know what I'm saying, what it's like in this situation and that situation. So of course, by the time we stepped a week ago, when the moon was in Pisces, we were changing everything that we believe around this. Like, oh my gosh, like, is this wrong? This is where you are getting rid of any guilt. Like, should I actually just be raping these casinos right now? Is this wrong that I'm just indiscriminately winning all this money? Nah, I believe in my vision. Boom. This is where you had to just get away all this like old doubt. You were just like, you know what I'm saying? Anyway, what's very interesting about this is you understood totally the beliefs you needed with the moon, where the seed of this vision broke through the ground in the form of a belief, a cloud that supports this vision. I believe I could live like this. I believe I could create this. I believe I could create this. And while you were understanding unseen principles that were metaphysical, now that we're in the moon in Gemini, you now understand the words to support these beliefs or metaphysical concepts, which harvest this vision, thus giving you a true meaning of this vision, of this ascension, of this game changer. Mercury is going to come out of its retrograde as soon as the moon leaves Gemini, where we're actually understanding the truth. And everything we understand in the truth, Virgo is going to mercilessly analyze before it does stuff with it in Capricorn. So anyone who's been lying is about to get exposed. Crazy. Everything that everyone's been saying for the past 2 weeks, if it was really some bullshit, it's going to be exposed. Crazy. That's why we get different perspective shifts as now individuals are coming into adjusting this. Now that we're harvesting this and we're coming into everything, there's about a 7-day span until we understand what's real about what's been said. Okay, and that's going to kind of let you know how ridiculous this Capricorn season is, which I think is also going to kick off with a lot of money, regardless of, you know, what you've been doing or not. So, all right, let's go into the next 2 weeks of this. First, what we want to do is the vision we activated, right? I want you to understand the truth of this vision. All we have to do for this ceremony right now is hold in your mind's eye the vision you've had over the past 2 weeks that's been revealed to you. And then we can release it together. You could literally you could pretend there's a magic cauldron in front of you, or you could just release it into the wind. I'll be the Gemini sun holding space with my 20-degree sun, and these intentions you're releasing will expand. All right. All you have to do is just see it in your mind's eye. What is this point of victory? What is what you created 2 weeks ago that activated a loading screen, and now you're harvesting. The loading screen is 100%. So now you're experiencing it, right? Before we complete it. So what does that look like? What are you doing? There we go. All right, and you could feel free to release it. Okay. You could feel free to now let that fly. You can watch the ultimate guide. I mean, you could check out that playlist, the all manifestation playlist, to run that. But yeah, now this is just you adjusting your perspective around the true meaning of what you're creating. It's letting you know what you're ascending to transition into how you're directing this vision. This vision has adjusted your perspective. Now we're going to take that direction to Capricorn. You're going to take it up the mountain and step into your greatness and step into your power, which is going to bring an understanding of how to use these new magical abilities. Gemini is an ability. Virgo's a technique. Sag is like a way of life. It's something new that you're going to understand what it truly is now. Now, what this is doing is squaring Pisces. Your beliefs around this is changing everything you've ever believed about your understanding of yourself and your vision. Because now 2 weeks ago, you saw and activated this. Now you're understanding the truth that it's happened. So 2 weeks ago, you were coming in believing like, this is what I believe I want to happen. And now you're believing, oh my gosh, this is what's happened. So this is intellectual understanding supporting this metaphysical influence of your own imagination and beliefs. So we're going to carry that to analyze and now understand how it is this motherfucking happened. As we are directing this perspective of seeing, we can literally see what we want, say the word and make it happen. Abracadabra, right? You're going to need these abracadabra skills for this next era. Especially when they try and come for your freedoms or come for your rights. And when I say they, that is a collective term for anyone who is against your individuality and your rights as an individual. And anybody who, of course, wishes to support that, no matter what country or nationality or race they are, is your ally. Like, that's the name of the game. So you're going to, the whole point of this North Node Aries was to align the integrity of your beliefs so that your word, you have synchronized your word to where, boom, it's instant. It's instant. You, over the past 2 weeks, especially today, have understood the truth of this. Like you have your own personal algorithm with which you unlock your own magic. No one else can do it but you. Okay. Anyone who now resonates at a similar frequency to your wavelength, your soul wavelength, is like a soulmate, right? Versus those who clash and challenge your frequency, which now it's a sound war, right? But yeah, okay, cool. Because now the whole purpose of this is for these beliefs to align with the truth that I just created my vision. Everything that this synchronicity is allowing me to now level up my ability to create my reality. Okay. Understanding what I'm meant to do with my character. And thank you, Hera. All right. So now that we are aligning it with that truthful understanding, we're going to direct those thoughts into feeling what it is we have made happen. That's going to now take the sails of this belief and drive it forward with feeling. That's why our thoughts have to align with our beliefs so we can feel forward incardinally. Of course, this is a Scorpio signature to Sagittarius, and that's going to transform our vision of what we see we can create. So now we're quite literally feeling it and applying it and harvesting from other people, or really ourselves individually, how we transform this vision. That, of course, is going to strengthen coming into Leo, which is going to bring the final part of Sagittarius season at the peak of this fire, feeling the boldness, feeling the courage, and seeing into the love of what we're creating, which is just a lot of jargon, but I just want to give you how you can apply these cycles with what's happening. Then, of course, it's going to go into Virgo, where what we understood as truth is not only going to shift the perspective of how it's true and what's real about it, but we're going to take this perspective in a Capricorn, the beginning of the end game. Okay. And it's, get ready, guys. Get ready, guys. So this is definitely going to end with a bang. This isn't the full moon yet. I just wanted to show you how we're ending Sagittarius season. The moon in Gem, moon Cancer, moon Leo is at this point activating the 240-degree angle, 28-degree Leo, 28-degree Sag, and it's ascending the quality of how you socially integrate, showing other people your vision. I think that's what's very significant about this. Of course, you're harvesting this ascension of magic. So by the time we come into December 20th, you're out there on stage showing people, hey, look, boom, I just did it again. And now once you come into Virgo, you're establishing that consistency. You're understanding the perfection. This is how we started the transit off, by the way. We started the transit off coming to understand what consistency we need in Virgo with Sag, and then boom, we're back again. But this time we finished the job. Okay. All right. We do this every day, bro. This is another kind of crazy game changer, but it's going to really establish groundedness as we shift gears and then step into Virgo. And then boom, we now start Capricorn season off with the Capricorn signature. This is the crazy lever switch on the South Node. Okay. This is like an anime cutscene where now once you've mastered your magical techniques, now you're in front of a robber and you're like, oh shoot, how am I going to use my magical techniques in this situation for someone who's robbing me? This is where now, after the mastery of Moon and Virgo, that's taking the harvest of the truth of your ascended abilities, God level consciousness, and now through Virgo, you've mastered the consistency of how you apply this true ascension socially in different social contexts with real people. Now, your RPG video game forced event action of someone robbing you through a cardinal action of what you do will map what level you are in this RPG. Are you going to kill them and desecrate their body because now you don't care? Or are you like, okay, I don't want to kill them, but I'll subdue them? Or maybe you don't do anything. Like, this is where the actions you take are going to balance where you are on the scale. If you're like lawful evil, or if you're like chaotic neutral, right? What a great way to enter. So this is like really now not only getting ready to complete what we started in April, but we're starting off by balancing who you're with and who brings success and who you're seeing in this successful level with now walking up the mountain. I'm probably sure we're going to come back around this because this is the beginning phase. And as we end the transit, by the way, we're going to have, once again, like, dude, every transit this year is insane, bro. Look at the lineup we have. Not only do we have the crazy full moon in Cap, which we'll talk about next month, but I'm going to go a little bit in the future. We're going to have Sun Pluto at the end of January, and then we're going to have this eclipse in February. This is ridiculous, bro. It's ridiculous, bro. Okay. I just need to say, like, this is nuts. This is a Star Wars. And you see all these like alien sightings. They think they slick. All right, my bad. So the moon in Libra is, of course, you know, not only establishing how you're balancing not only who it is you move with, but where you're directing now this ascension of power, where you're completing this narrative and everything that you've kind of come to accomplish. What is the reputation around your legacy? What is the lesson you're beginning to learn? Okay, something to keep in mind, because when we're starting the zodiac season off of a completion, mind you, this is the completion of the vision we had. So we're completing the vision we activated by where we directed and who we feel with the moon in Libra and where we feel we should actually, you know, be to direct this power, to step into this power. And that's where we're going to understand in Scorpio, you know, the wisdom of who should be around us. But remember, this is the completion of the vision. So this is us getting our rewards. This is you understanding who is around you. And this is understanding the wisdom you come into because you've transformed your whole life with this vision. You're understanding how your entire life has been transformed. Now all the cap that's been told to you because of Pisces instigating, no offense, is going to now come into perspective of who lied, why they lied, what the meaning of that was, because Mercury is direct now, going through its shadow period of effery. And then boom, baby, we start the new power. This is going to be the first arc of the last season. All right, the last season of completion, where now we're coming into the end game. All right. And this is going to be the heaviest season of the year. Like, we have freaking Neptune and Kronos for the lads. It's the grand finale, guys. It's the grand finale. For real, for real. And then Pluto and Aquarius is a whole new era. Like, this is it. This is it. This is really it. This is really it. So enjoy that. The new moon in Capricorn, realistically, is quite literally putting you in a position to actively, you know, like, how do I say this? Activate what you have achieved. It's a new set of achievements that's going to shift the way you step into this next era. Anyway, if you have, you know, created a vision, if you were present during that ceremony, I am obligated. Spirit just told me to give you a pick a card reading, and we're gonna do like 4 piles, and we're gonna look at what you're unlocking with your vision, okay? And it's gonna be extra super special, and you're not even gonna believe how mind blown you're gonna be, because we really do this magic shit, and cartomancy like this only comes around once in a lifetime, and they really try to outlaw this, but we're back, bitch, and they really couldn't do anything about it, okay? So we're gonna pick from like 4 piles, and each pile is gonna have like, should we do 4 cards? 4 cards, why not? I just added one last minute, so it's a 4x4 matrix. And now this is a very sacred pile, and whichever pile you pick is going to influence the path of magic that you walk down. So I'm seriously being told, like, you have to really be like careful, Pikachu, and like make sure you don't choose like the wrong pile, because this magic is very volatile, and this is just where you're gonna go take your vision, okay? All right, and it's not really what you think. All right, things are not going to really seem as you think they are. This is pile 1, this is pile 2, this is pile 3, and this is pile 4. Okay, all right, okay. So like the pile I pick is really where you're going to take your vision, and you really want to just make sure you pick the right pile. If you pick more than one pile, it could be a lot of magic. So I would really just focus on one pile and just really go with where your intuition takes you. Okay. So the underlying theme we have is the Emperor, and this is just you holding it down, holding it down. Okay. And the nature of magic you are harvesting is going to really grant this sense of autonomy and original power that puts you in a position to claim authority around what it is you command. There's going to be, it's like you're going to step into a command where you're like, no, I saw that this is going to happen. And that's what's happening. This is the underlying theme of the discipline you are creating and the assertiveness. Unlike the Empress, who attracts everything to her, the Emperor establishes their domain. And of course, they do what they do. Okay. Oh, Pika. All right. So if you picked pile number 1, oh my goodness. How dare you? What do we have here? All right, my bad. Okay. This is the vision we have, the star. Pile 1, the vision you have, you're meant to take it in order to become a quite literal superstar. You are a beacon and an inspiration throughout the whole world. You are being called to share all of your spiritual gifts. You're redefining what fame means and what people think of when they look at someone who is like really a superstar. Not in a sense where everyone kind of is called a superstar. Like people are going to look at you as your supernatural. And this is you incorporating the supernatural, any spiritual gifts into what you're doing. I think you may not realize how you may become a household name, and a lot of eyes are quite literally like enjoying what you're doing. Okay. It's going to help you see yourself as the star you are. And I think that's what's going to redefine how people look at you as a star. Because just like King Sigma, it's a lot less about the fame as much as it is the responsibility to inspire, where people have to see what you do, because you really change the game. This is all channeling, dude. I'm not even trying to say all this is crazy. All right, so there's a supernatural ability and quality I want to say that is attached to this. And what we have here, the supernatural ability that you activated, there's Sag chaos magic, and then there's the Pisces ability. The supernatural ability you activated, which is the culmination of all the power you activated since March, is judgment. All right, it's giving heavy Pluto vibes. So judgment is, of course, very extremely intense awakening that is shifting the core of your life's purpose and adding. It's like the vision I have is like your entire basement floor completely now coming into deeper depth. So now you have so much bottom floor in order to move, and it's like you're now coming into a deeper depth of which to ground your vision. But I think it's also exorcism, and I also think that it's like being able to awaken other people to their path. It's not, I always use awakening, but like there's a more deep, almost primal sense here that I think gives you X-ray vision. I think you have like some necromantic powers too. The lesson we have here is to, of course, attract what it is you want by just standing on your value. The Empress is saying, you know how good your shit is. You don't need to negotiate with any label, like, or any contract. Like, if you don't get what you know you're worth, you out of there. Like, people are gonna bid war over you. You could literally just, you don't have to chase anything because you have such high quality. Like, you're bringing out so much that raises the value. You literally raise the value of whatever you take part of, which is pretty nice. So the outcome of this is the Hierophant, where this is, of course, you know what I'm saying, organization. This is like being part of SAG-AFTRA or a union. Like you're going to really be in a position where, yeah, you're inspirational, but you uplift the community with the keys of really wisdom and instructions. This could be like a school or an organization, like a gang lead, like a gang member. It could be a cult, but this is really, I think, more so like organization of wisdom that creates, you know, more knowledge. This also is status quo, but I see this as, you know, forming an organization around, you know, this vision, a place where people can go to really elevate what it is they know. David, I appreciate you, bro. Was that a donation or was that like for a card? So, we're gonna do pile 2. Shout out to Space Pirates. For gifting me this deck. Space Pirate. I appreciate you, bro. I appreciate you. Whenever I do the next like pick a card reading or card reading, I got you. I got you if I see you online too. So pile 2. Let's see. The vision you're moving forward with, the theme around it is the Magician. Hot diggity damn. So you're like aura technician. You kind of do it your own. Okay. This is you're able to manifest your intentions real quick. And it's not so much about the speed as much as your ability to manifest everything that you need to make what you see happening instantly. Like a magic MacGyver, I always use that term. So this is really beautiful. It's not just as above, so below. This is really so awesome. You have specific, unique skills and talents with which you're able to take everything that you have and make what you want happen, even if it's seemingly out of nowhere. Okay, and that's a really huge element. Things happening out of thin air. Like you really do have the magic touch. So this vision really allows you to really, you know what I'm saying, speak what you want into existence, and really come up with original and inventive ideas to really do whatever you want. You know what I'm saying? But yeah, the supernatural ability that you are harvesting from activating 2 weeks ago. Oh my God. Damn. God power. The world. This is nasty work. This is the first card and the last card from beginning and the end. So you're activating a universal power. You're harvesting a universal power that extends your will and intention throughout everywhere in the world. It's like you have a whole world, you're unlocking a whole world's worth of resources. Literally, like the infinity on top of the magician's head, everything is limitless to you. Okay. If some of you pick pile 2, you may be God souls, God spirits, you may have like God constructs in your chart. Whereas pile 1 is meant to be an inspiration. Pile 2, your talent, skills, and abilities really affect the whole world in that you claim authority and dominion over them. So you can literally command anything with your intention, which is fucking wild, like crazy. Yeah, so the lesson that we have here, there's a lot of fulfillment and wholeness that is attached to this power too, that brings completion. So we do have, of course, the Chariot. The lesson of this is to drive it forward. No procrastination. You're pretty much using this to break doors open for you and to move forward on what it is you want to realistically, you know what I'm saying, like activate. and put in your position to realistically, you know, open up more and more victory. All right. You are not going to give into immediate gratification. You're just going to keep winning. And the outcome we have here is the Hermit. The Hermit is, you know, specialization. You're going to take all of this universal power that you're going to be opening doors for yourself, and you're going to master it to the point where now you have stepped from the magician to the hermit, and you know you've mastered this ability to a point where your vision works for you. You follow your own word and guidance. You're so used to your own abilities, you don't really rely on any insight outside of yours, because you've taken all this and you've mastered it. So it's really a lot talking from now to the moon in Virgo. All right, really awesome. So next we have Paltree. All three of y'all. Let's go. What is the vision you activate in? Oh my God. Okay. These three piles have been crazy. Very interesting heavy hitters. So pile 1 is the star vision. Pile 2 is the magic vision. All right. Pile 1 is a superstar. I don't know if they know it yet. Derek, good shit, bro. I appreciate you, man. All right. Pile 1 is the star vision. Pile 2 is the magic vision, where everything they see and intend happens. Pile 1, like they make miracles. I'm not gonna lie, like they're very inspirational and yada yada yada. Pile 3, y'all are psychic as fuck. Listen to me. There's a lot that you know is gonna happen before they happen. That if people knew that you didn't say, they would look at you different. Okay, you pile 2, you're too psychic. Pile 3, you're too psychic. Like pile 2 was magical. Like they said it and then it started happening. It's like, wow. But you know what I mean? Like pile 1, they came through and my dream came true. But pile 3, like you looked at that couple and you knew they were going to break up in 2 weeks. And now it's just like, that's weird. Like, how did you know that? How did you know exactly 2 weeks though? And it's cool. So like, you know what I mean? Like you're gaining all your Sharingan eye is open. You got all the secret receipts. It's like you see into this facet of reality through your soul. That's what you're doing. It's like you're seeing the soul instead of just seeing the physical. And like your capacity to do so has allowed you to understand what it is you're creating on a very personal level that is subconscious to you. Okay. If we got the moon card, it would be a more abstract version of this through just your imagination, but this is purely subconscious. And these are psychic and spiritual abilities that will really kind of set the tone for you. So what is this? What is the supernatural ability and gift that you are harvesting relative to this vision? We have the Temperance card, which is amazing. The Temperance card is, of course, moderation. So it's like, you know, instead of going cold turkey and quitting smoking and drinking, you know, okay, I can just do this once or twice on the weekend after I get done with all my work. And it's allowing you really to not only have good management to really balance your life. This is a psychic intuition and alchemy. The supernatural gift you're coming into is alchemy. Your ability to transmute is now God tier because you already have an intuitive understanding of how most, if not everyone, feels and what's going to happen. So it allows you to anticipate a whole lot. Not at the moment. I'm only taking donations, but I will bring back the readings coming into next week. But yeah, you know, this really balances out facets of your intuition that sometimes could lead to paranoia if you will. That's not the moon. You nice with it. Pile 3, I'm picking up you nice with it. You're not like delusional intuitive. Like you're really nice with it. Like you have a really proper discipline and craft with this. So with Temperance, your alchemy is nice. Like, you know, it's not just transmutation. I feel like you have a way to take spiritual concepts and apply them to real things. You know what I'm saying? Apply them to more conventional things you wouldn't normally think to use magic to. And it alchemizes everything that, you know, it's a part of. It's a really good partner to pile 2 that has a total like mastery of magic. But yeah, the lesson here with the Hangman is to completely surrender, because you're incorporating unconventional aspects that have never been incorporated. So what you have to show for it isn't something that can be seen by mere mortals. And that can now almost look like you're really just out to dry when you're actually killing the game. All right. And you're very clear, appreciate you, fam. You're very clear of how it is you're killing the game, and you're surrendering, knowing, oh, it's going to be all good. I already knew. It's not like you haven't been right 50,000 times in a row. But now the temperance is the alchemy, is having you interface with the unseen part of reality to bring into reality. So it's like you can come up in the front of a car that's speeding at you at 80 miles per hour, and everyone is like, whoa, get out the way. But you've surrendered because your intuition told you, oh yeah, at the last 5 seconds, they're going to veer off the other way. That's the level of, like, you know, alchemy and intuition you're walking with. And it's going to really teach you how to surrender to yourself, where you're like Domino. Domino in Deadpool 2, or just in Marvel, surrenders to her luck power. She doesn't try and use her luck power. It's totally unconscious. She has to actually just do whatever, and lucky stuff happens around her. That requires surrender. So she doesn't know how the luck is going to happen. She surrenders to her own luck. So with that being said, the outcome we have is the moon. Oh, and we still got the moon. So yeah, you're supernaturally intuitive. This is a very interesting contrast to Pal 2. Pal 2 is like the Hogwarts super master of magician, and Pal 3 is like Doctor Strange, which they also do magic, but it's more like a subconscious adventure where you're able to astral project. And like Pal 2 is more magic abilities and techniques. Pal 3 is more like illusions, genjutsus. You know what I mean? Like, you know, really, really coming into, and it's interesting too, because it is going to represent being able to walk your own path. You don't have to necessarily conform to the traditions of society around you, because you're walking your own dream adventure, and you're able to understand your dreams and develop more of your psychic abilities. That's so interesting. Every pile is so unique. All right, pile 4. I don't know how you're gonna top the first 3 piles. I'm not gonna lie. The first 3 piles kind of, they all stand out in their own way. Like, it's just so awesome. So pile 4, let's see what you got. Okay, so Pile 4. Pile 4. What is the vision that you're harvesting? We have the Wheel of Fortune. Okay. Mr. Jackpot, Mrs. Jackpot. This is you winning the lottery. All right. This vision is full on expansion, leveling up everything. The thing about Fortune is she can be very evil and very just, you know, cruel. Not evil, cruel. Fortune is you coming into so much, you know what I'm saying, good luck, and then boom, you get hit with bad luck, right? You never know when she's going to shit. So this is changing the wheel for you. This is a vision, right? So you're seeing the next level. And this is going to really harvest fortune and fate in a way that will have you evolve other people's lives. It's like you're the person who's ringing someone's doorbell and you're giving them a random $1 million check. Now that $1 million check could be the worst thing that has ever happened to them. Like they could have fallen out with all of their family because of it, or it could be the best thing that's ever happened to them. You know what I mean? Like this is very amazing. The Wheel of Fortune is a sun breathing style that will eventually win you the whole plot of the story, even if through the next generation. So yeah, the supernatural ability and gift, this is all being at the right place at the right time. So it's a synchronicity wave. Okay. Of course, supernatural ability and gift that is aligned that you're harvesting is the death card, baby. Okay. Okay, look at that. Ah, ah. You might be a transformer. You might have the ability to transform. You might be a reaper, a slayer. Maybe you have supernatural abilities over death. Maybe you have an instant death ability that is so overpowered. Okay. This is really just going to speak more of transformation. It's not so much alchemy that's transmuting as much as a great change that definitely speaks towards not only the extremeness of your nature, but I would say your ability to really kind of transform your whole life. Okay. Which I think is really dope. The lesson that we have here is the Fool. It's time to go on a brand new adventure. The lesson through this is pretty much throwing everything you've ever learned in the trash, because now you're embarking on a whole new adventure that takes you through developing an open mind through a new way of actually experiencing everything you experience and really, getting ready to take everything you've graduated from a previous adventure and go on a new adventure. The Fool card is Ash Ketchum after he beats a Pokemon League. You know what I mean? It then puts you in a position after Ash Ketchum beats a Pokemon League. Then, of course, naturally, he goes on to the next region and he only brings his Pikachu, right? The Fool card is you just taking everything you've learned and you're only bringing maybe a few things. You're going to a new place, which I think is awesome. That's the lesson. Keep an open mind. And the outcome we have is justice, baby. So justice is you maintaining order, maintaining balance, being on the right side of karma, having everything, of course, be right at the end of the day. So that's beautiful. I really like that. Being on the right side and page of people. I think this may lead into you kind of using this force for righteousness, to once again maintain balance. Anyway, that's all we got. I'm gonna do one more card for everyone, a bonus card, because why not? As you can see, this is going to harvest more synchronicities tied around the constant, ever evolving nature of your own magical essence. And I hope you enjoy this ride. Okay. You guys stay blessed as always. We're going to now take this perspective and complete the direction of power. We begin to go up the mountain. Here's the bonus card. Just surrender to it. I think you might still be feeling you need to know how to do it, how it's done, but you really don't. Okay. You earn this. Enjoy it. And I'll see you on the other side. Okay. Because we have the moon. The next eclipse we're going to have is in Pisces. And this is a rabbit hole of epic proportions where everything that you've ever believed will change forever. Every time we've had eclipses with two outer planets, it's been ridiculous in human history, and we'll talk about it. Okay, surrender is a superpower. This is Neptune, and this is Pisces. Poseidon is saying, I'm next, motherfucker. You guys are going to hit me next with Saturn. This is Neptune. This is Pisces. Surrender to the mystery. Surrender to the mystery. All you have to do, as you now see that you are more magical and powerful and capable, and that you are seeing into supernatural aspects of yourself, surrender to the mystery. And I will see you on the other side. Peace.